Hi guys, welcome back to this Retro Manchester City save in episode 34. My name is Chris, aka Big Will, and today we have Manchester City against Blackburn at home, and we also have Club Brugge at home in the Champions League. In terms of our form, we have started to make an improvement. We were really disappointed against what were at the time bottom side Ipswich Town. We lost 2-0 against them. We've since won 6-1 away against Southampton in the Coca-Cola Cup, and we've had three 1-0 wins on the bounce against Fulham and Southampton in the Premier League, and in a really tough game against Sporting Lisbon in the Champions League. So hopefully we can continue our good form. Nicky Weaver has come to us asking for a little bit more game time, so we are going to do so today for these games against Blackburn and Bruges. And for the starting lineup, aside of that, we have Hart, Barry, Smith and Sanya, Toure and Foe and the midfield pair, with Sinclair, Murphy and Wright Phillips in behind Andy Cole. We've changed our penalty taker now as well. Hopefully we can get a little bit more consistency in front of goal when it does come to penalties. Danny Murphy, of course, has been struggling for form in that manner, and hopefully we will improve in that area. So we've got a really tough game here at home to Blackburn. Last time around, last season, we did lose against them, but we are in good form now with three 1-0 wins on the bounce, so hopefully we can get another good result today and continue our climb up the Premier League table and also continue to do well in the Champions League. We're doing a little bit better than I anticipated so far. Yes, we lost against Juventus, but the fact that we've beaten Lisbon, Feyenoord and Steaua Bucharest has left us in quite a good position early on in the competition. So hopefully when it comes to the Bruges game, we can get another positive result. Mark Smith wins the header here and finds Yaya Toure. This is Sean Wright Phillips on the right hand side. Has support ahead of him if he can find it. Still going Wright Phillips. Tried to find Sinclair. And Amaruso has won that and found Donati. And Donati looked for Romero, but Sanya did well and found Yaya Toure. Andy Cole was offside when the initial ball was played, so he couldn't do anything with it. But it has fallen for Andy Cole, and he's found Trevor Sinclair. And that is a brilliant finish from Trevor Sinclair. Andy Cole with the assist. There's a hint of offside potentially here. I thought it was a reasonably good goal, that one. Hopefully it will be awarded, and it has. Really good stuff. Trevor Sinclair opening the scoring here against Blackburn Rovers. We have a 1-goal lead and a really positive start in these opening 20 minutes. We're looking good on possession as well. We've created more chances so far, and as you can see by the current league table, we are now in behind Blackburn. Our goal difference has suffered a bit because of the start that we had to the campaign, but hopefully we will improve that as the season goes on. Zanetti here loses out to Danny Murphy. Danny Murphy gets brought down by Zanetti. It's a straight red card here for Cristiano Zanetti. So Blackburn are down to 10 men and we have a 1-goal lead. The last time, or one of the last times we played Blackburn, they went down to 10 men early on in the game but still beat us by a 1-0. This time we already have the advantage when they've got the red card. Hopefully we can push on and score a few goals here today. And as half-time approaches, we are looking good in this game. It remains 1-0, and 1-0 does seem to be a bit of a specialty, like I say, given the last few matches, but hopefully we can do a little bit better today and push on. We don't want any complacency, and we need to stay focused in this second half. Just because they're down to 10 men doesn't mean that they haven't got an opportunity to come forward. We're going to bring Danny Mills on for Ian Hart, who has taken a heavy knock in the start of the second half. Danny Mills, of course, is a right back, but he's the only option we've got as a full back on the bench. And Amaruso almost got in there, and this is Favour now coming into the penalty area. It's cleared away again. Romero trying to get in on it. Foe gets it away. Wright Phillips now holds onto the ball, loses out to Joey O'Brien though. Donati over the top looking for Amaruso, but Nicky Weaver, very commanding goalkeeping from him. He's determined to stake a claim for that number 1 spot again, following a recent upturn in form of Shay Given. And this is a really solid run by Foe, but he loses out to Oliveira. Now Romero. Blackburn getting a lot more of the ball here, which, considering they're down to 10 men, is a bit of a concern. And Oliveira is moving down this left-hand side now. Danny Murphy trying to get back at him. And he's got the cross in and found Essien, and it's 1-1. We've conceded against the 10 men, and this is not good enough, really, from our point of view. We don't have a good record against Blackburn. And the fact that they're down to 10 men and they've come back into it is not good enough from our point of view. It's 1-1, and we've really got to push on here in this second half to try and get the result that we that we need where the Premier League's concerned now. And here's Donati, loses out, only as far as Sanya. Sanya needs support though, and he has to go backwards to Mark Smith. Lays it down to that left-hand side here for Danny Mills. He does have support ahead of him. Sinclair's made a nice little run here. Trevor Sinclair has Andy Cole in the centre and finds him, and Andy Cole smashes it in. It's 2-1, and Andy Cole with a really, really good goal there. Very important goal as well to restore our lead. We need to push on now with this advantage and try and continue in that manner of play. Trevor Sinclair we are going to bring off for Craig Bellamy. He is struggling a little bit for fitness there. Obviously with the number of games we've got going on at the minute, it is a bit of a struggle at times. Sinclair with a goal and an assist though, really solid performance from him, and hopefully we can get another goal to just make it a little bit more comfortable with Sanya moving down this right hand side now. He has Wright Phillips making a run ahead of him, and he's managed to find him just, and he's found Andy Cole in the penalty area. Chiotis with a really good save. It remains 2-1, but that is much more positive football down this right hand side. Yaya Toure will take the corner. Andy Cole's at the far post. If he can find him, it is towards him, but it's cleared by Amoruso, and Oliveira couldn't do anything with it, and it remains 2-1. We're going to bring Phil Jagielka on for Mark Smith, who's struggling, as Yaya Toure whips it in here, cleared away, but only as far as Sean Wright Phillips. He has support outside of him. Essien's brought Wright Phillips down, no foul given, and Danny Mills manages to get onto it. Amoruso losing out to Jagielka in the air. Danny Mills holding onto it still here, looking over the top, and Craig Bellamy couldn't get onto it. Chiotis clears, only as far as Yaya Toure. Now Mark Vivian Foe. Back to Jagielka. Sanya, loads of space on this right hand side, and he finds Wright Phillips on the overlap. Can he get across it? No, he can't. He finds Foe on the edge of the penalty area, and he smashes it off the woodwork. It's off the post and wide. We can't actually make any more substitutions, unfortunately. We've had the allocated 3 stoppages, of course, because of that knock in the foot in the start of the second half to Ian Hart. So we'll have to carry on as we are. Hopefully we can hold on for this victory and try and push on a little bit more if possible. We have been the better team overall. The red card has certainly potentially helped us, even though we were ahead previous to that. But hopefully we will do okay here and secure the 3 points. Danny Mills here with a throw-in. Has Danny Murphy and Craig Bellamy to aim at. He's still holding on to it though. Finds Danny Murphy. Whipped across here for Matt Vivian Foe, and Bakary Sagna on the edge of the penalty area, and he's hit the crossbar and it's gone over. It's a really good effort from Bakary Sagna, but unfortunately for him it went over. From the resulting goal kick, Chiotis knocks it forward. Muslimovic couldn't quite get onto it, and Barry clears. Now Foe has support ahead of him if he can find anybody. No, he can't. Oliveira again winning the ball off Foe. This is Edmund under pressure by Wright Phillips. Gillett knocks it forward, and it's a defensive error here, and Romero is in. It's a brilliant save by Nicky Weaver. He surely saved us the 3 points there. That was a brilliant piece of goalkeeping from him. Very poor from our centre-backs, getting in each other's way, and Weaver comes to claim the set piece as well. Really positive from him, and it remains 2-1 as we approach the end of the game. We have another highlight here. Danny Mills has gone down with an injury though, and now Favour. We're completely open on that left-hand side here. Danny Murphy's trying to get back here, as well as Yaya Toure. And Romero is carrying the ball forward here. Can we hold on? This is Muslimovic. He strikes from distance. It's only just over the bar. And Danny Mills is going to have to go off, I think. Yes, he is. He's going to have to go off. The injury is a little bit more serious than we wanted it to be. And because of that, we had an extra couple of minutes of added time. But we've held on for the 3 points. A really important result, that, where the Premier League is concerned. And hopefully we can push on for this game against Club Brugge in the Champions League. So it's a good sign though. We're now in the top half of the table, so despite our slow start, we're still within touching distance, to be fair, of the top lot. United have lost a few games, including the one against us, of course, and we're only 4 points behind them in second place, but a further 3 points behind Leeds. But I think there's opportunities there this season. It's very, very tight in the league at the moment, and we are certainly capable of beating the big teams. We proved that last season. So I wouldn't count anything out yet, but top half is the aim. If we can qualify for Europe again, then that would be great, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. I'm just going to push on a little bit off camera just to get to that Club Brugge game, and then hopefully we will get another good result. Right guys, here we go for the home game against Club Brugge. We've not got any fresh injury concerns, although Danny Mills is out for the rest of the season. He's done cruciate ligament damage, so he will not be an option for the rest of the campaign. We have Weaver in goal once again, Ashley Cole, Barry, Jagielka and Sanya at the back, Toure and Lampard in midfield with Bellamy, Murphy and Sinclair in behind Andy Cole. I think it's a reasonably strong lineup and I'm hoping for another good European result here. If obviously with the loss against Juventus, if we can get a win today, that's 4 wins out of 5 and it will put us in a really strong position. And we've got Vitesse, Real Madrid and Bayern Leverkusen to come. So hopefully we will do okay here and we'll be able to push on a little bit and see how we get on. But it's going to be a tough game, all Champions League games are, so hopefully we can get underway quickly and get an early advantage. But we'll have to see how things work out. So there's already been early goal in one of the other games. Olympiacos have a 1-goal lead against one of our previous opponents, Stout Bucharest. Capitoline are 1-0 up against Ajax. Sanya here with a ball to Sinclair, tried to play it into the penalty area, it's cleared away. Herman's further away, looking for Marcelino. Jagielka does well, and Sanya does even better to further the ball forward to Sinclair. Plays it back into Sanya, looks over the top for Andy Cole. He's managed to get something onto it and find Sinclair, who whips it in, looking for Andy Cole, but it's cleared away. And Marcelino does well, but we've managed to get it back here. And Danny Murphy's in the penalty area and strikes across the keeper. It's a really good finish from Danny Murphy. He's not had the best of seasons so far, but that is his second goal of the campaign. A really good finish. We have a 1-goal lead here, 10 minutes in, and that is a huge, huge goal for us. Clayson's with the free kick and it's just over the bar. Weaver was beaten there and that was a really, really big opportunity for Club Brugge. Free kick here to be taken by Danny Murphy. Is he going to get his second today? It's a brilliant effort and Wouters got, I don't know if he got a touch on it or not, but it came off the inside of the post, went across goal and it found Andy Cole. We've got 2 goals in 3 minutes. They are checking for potential offside, but the goal has been awarded. Andy Cole with a European goal for us. It's 2-0. And we're looking very good here early on in this Champions League tie. Really, really positive stuff from the side, and we're looking strong at the moment. Obviously, with injuries having been as they are, Heskey and Kyle Court are back on the squad today as well on the bench. So we have got options once again up front. But Andy Cole has been scoring goals in important games, so he is certainly justifying his selection at the moment. Danny Murphy with a delivery from the left-hand side toward the far post. It's just over the crossbar. I'm not too sure who had the header, but it remains 2-0. And as you can see by the stats on your left-hand side, we are dominating this game at the moment. Vermont with the delivery, and it's well claimed by Nicky Weaver. Hopefully we can continue with this solid performance and put a few extra goals in, because goal difference could prove vital in this Champions League, the way it's laid out in this league format. Uedreogo knocks it forward here to Gareth Barry. Now Trevor Sinclair. Bakary Sagna just holds on to it and finds Frank Lampard. Knocks it over the top here, and Trevor Sinclair's made a brilliant run forward. It's Trevor Sinclair. He has to put it in the penalty area, but he doesn't need it. He goes alone, and it's a brilliant finish from Trevor Sinclair. 3-0 up now, and we are set for another 3 points here in this Champions League run. What a performance we're putting into this competition at the moment. We have got the tough games to come with Real Madrid and Leverkusen, and that could determine whether we automatically qualify or whether we have to play in a playoff. Trevor Sinclair has taken a knock though, so we are going to have to make a change at half time potentially. Really happy with how we're playing. Hopefully we can continue in the second half. And it's a potential thigh injury, so we are going to take him off, and we're going to bring Kevin Davis on for a bit of game time on that right hand side for this game. We've had a really good performance in that first half. Hopefully we can stay solid and focus on holding on to this lead for the second half and securing ourselves another 3 points in this Champions League stage. As you can see, in terms of possession, we're looking the better side as well. XG is very much in our favour, and in terms of number of shots, we're absolutely peppering Club Brugge at the moment. We're looking really, really good, and it is an opportunity really that we could potentially rest 1 or 2 players and bring some other players in to have a bit of extra game time. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take Andy Cole off for Kyle Court, and I'm going to bring Emil Heskey on as well for Danny Murphy, who's had a much better game today. We're going to move Kevin Davis into the centre and put Heskey out wide again. Phil Jagielka is on a yellow card. We don't want to take any risks in that area of the pitch either. Mark Smith is going to come on, and I think we're going to bring Richie Humphries on for a bit of game time as well. He's not had many appearances this season. So all 5 subs made with 20 minutes to go. We're 3-0 up, and we are set very nicely here. I'm just going to have a look at the league table for the Champions League. As you can see, we're doing very, very well, but there's a lot of teams that are in close proximity to us, so we can't rest on our laurels. Another win against Vitesse in the next Champions League game will go a long way into potentially qualifying. As Heskey nods on here for Calcourt, it was around the keeper, but his shot took a deflection off the defender, and it's put further wide by Wouters, and it remains 3-0. But we do have a corner here for Yaya Toure to whip into the penalty area. Gareth Barry and Court are at the far post. It's towards Barry, but Wouters comes and makes an easy claim. So with 10 minutes to go, the keeper knocks it forward. Ashley Cole does well to win it. Now Yaya Toure back into Ashley Cole. Almost losing out to Jankauskas, but Barry does well to find Yaya Toure, who plays a very lazy pass for Kevin Davis, but he manages to win it back, and it's back with Mark Smith now. Really good pass out wide to Emil Heskey, who knocks it over the top. Calcourt, I'm not sure if he won that or not. I think it was the defender who got there just about first, and the keeper clears it forward, but Gareth Barry controlling superbly, and we're back in possession at the back now. Sanya looking over the top. Emil Heskey using his strength and pace to get to the ball. Plays it inside here for Kevin Davis. He has to put it in the penalty area. Looks to the far post, and it's in from Calcourt off the underside of the bar. It's 4-0, and we are having a brilliant run in this Champions League at the moment. And very unexpected, I might add. And as you can see with the goal difference as well, we're still very much secure in that top 8. But in terms of points, if we lose a game, we could be out of that top 8 very, very quickly. So we've really got to keep doing what we're doing at the moment. Good header by Gareth Barry. This is Anich. Lampard gets onto it, finds Richie Humphries, and he plays it through, and Calcourt could be in again here, and he is. It's 5-0. What a Champions League night this is turning out to be for the Manchester City fans. We have a 5-goal lead now, and I couldn't have imagined anything like this with our Champions League campaign. I did fancy ourselves against a few of the sides, but to be doing what we're doing with 4 wins out of the 5 games is a very, very good return indeed at the moment. Absolutely delighted with that. Everybody scored highly in their ratings as well. What an excellent performance from the whole squad. The only player that suffered today was Phil Jagielka. He didn't really get going today, and he had that yellow card. But as you can see with the league table, that massive win has given us a 9-goal difference. We're much better off than the likes of Liverpool in terms of goal difference, but as you can see, we're only 2 points ahead of 8 teams there, and only a further point ahead of another 4 teams. So it's going to be very, very close. And if we can drag a result, if we can get a win against Vitesse, that is the ideal scenario, of course. And then hopefully we can just drag ourselves through the games against Bayern Leverkusen and Real Madrid, who are both just outside that automatic qualification spot. So it'll be tough, but hopefully we will be able to manage at least a point in one of those games, and hopefully we can push on. Trevor Sinclair, luckily for us, it's only a little knock with a tightness in his thigh. As such, bringing him off has done no harm at all. He's only out for a couple of days, which is absolutely perfect for our point of view. And in terms of the schedule now, I was planning on showing the Vitesse game, but I think what I'm going to do is do that one off camera. And we'll come back a little bit later. The Ipswich game has come in between a couple of the other games. We've got Arsenal in the Coca-Cola Cup, that's why it's been moved. So I think what we'll do, we'll get through 5 or 6 matches, and we'll come back for a double header at home toward the end of December against Chelsea and Ipswich. And then from there we'll have a Champions League doubleheader in January, and hopefully we will continue our run of form in the process. Well guys, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Please like and subscribe to the channel. All your support is greatly appreciated, and I will see you all next time for those 2 games against Chelsea and Ipswich, unless fixtures change. And this is Big Will signing away.